Okay, it's that time of the year where it's going to be talking about again the good old Athlean X live event. So now I'm pre-recording this before I actually go down, and but I'm going to reiterate that it's probably like one of those events that you're going to want to go to. So now I'm big into Athlean X because I would say most of my success I've had with with training and stuff has been through like the Athlean X programs and everything. So I have done like a bunch of them. So the AX1, AX2 programs, I've done like the three of the NXTs, which are the 1 month programs. Like there's 18 that he released right after like that AX1 and AX2. So I've got three of those done, and there's also some more 1 month ones that he's released over the years. Like there's Dragon, which is Bruce Lee inspired training. There's like a Bane training, which is kind of like train like Bane, and those two I've done. And then it's like also there's Old School Iron, which is pretty much a program based on like kind of old school lifting, you find that like Arnold and Lou Ferrigno and all those old school lifters would do. There's also like All American Muscle. There's like Monster Maker, and these are pretty much the ones I've done. And then there's a series called built programs. So for instance, there's like a built strength, built size, and there's also like longevity, and there's a fourth one that I can't think of off the top of my head, that I probably because I haven't done it yet. I'm currently in like a built for Hollywood one. There is also Jacked, which is the dumbbell only program, and Jeff just recently released the Jacked 2 program, which is going to be on the docket for me to get. There's he also has the Man of Steel, like the 28-day reset. So there are like so many programs out there that you have with Athlean X that you could have in essence your training figured out for years. So for instance, of course, I also forgot to mention like 002, which are body weight programs. There's also Elastics, which is a resistance band program. So theoretically, what you could do, depending on where you're at, you could have your first 3 years all figured out. So I'm going to use this as an example. So if you're someone who's maybe you're obese, morbidly obese, or maybe you're just overweight, or maybe even if you haven't trained at all, if you're in a healthy weight range or whatever, what you can do is start off with 0 and then go to 02, move your way into elastics, and that way you have 9 months of kind of like a foundation right there. Then you get into AX1. There's your first year of training right there. Then you get into a AX2, and then the 18 NXT programs. So basically, there's pretty much 3 years of training right there. Then you can start getting into the programs like Monster Maker, All American Muscle, All School Iron, All American Muscle, Monster Maker, Jack 2, Dragon, Bane, and other ones that I'm kind of the build programs. Now, with the Athlean X program, Athlean X live event, that I mean, as of this recording, like I said, I'm pre-recording it right before I'm going to it. He's been doing it for a bunch of years now. So my first event was back in 2019 when that was the first one I went to, and it was the fifth that one he had. So he started in back 2014. So 2014, 15, 16, 17. I should say 15 actually. So he started in 2015. Then he did the 16, 17, 18, and then in 2019 was the first one I went to. I did the All-Star package, which is a Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So Friday is pretty much a conference. So pretty much in the morning you have a couple speakers that are going over different topics, whether yoga, or maybe going over techniques for one of the three big lifts, deadlift, squat, or a bench press. And of course in the afternoon you also get a couple speakers. In the past, I've mentioned before, you've had people we've had people like Andrew Huberman, Alan Aragon, and like a Brad Schoenfeld, the people like scientists that are in the research area, and that can give you like all the like information that you have like through like the studies and like research and stuff like that. So you get people that are in the field, like top-notch experts that are in the field that are like have like in essence like a lecture. So that's what's Friday is all about, is like pretty much like a conference. Saturday is like the competition, and then Sunday is the award ceremony. So that's what I did the first year in like 2019, and like I signed up for the MVP package, which opens up Thursday, which like we go to like the Jeff's friend Joel. We go to his gym, the Rough House, and you get one-on-one, pretty much one-on-one training, like going over like again like the three big lifts: bench press, deadlift, the squat. We've had the knees over toes guys. We have like he showed up like last year or the year before. There's been so many people that I kind of get my years mixed up and everything. We had Mike Boyle, who talks about like unilateral training for like a leg training. So like in essence, like a exercise sort of like your Bulgarian split squats and like your reverse lunges, your forward lunges, and like versus like your typical bilateral training versus squats, and how you incorporate like a unilateral training into like into your training. So that's what Thursday was all about, is pretty much one-on-one for the whole day. So I like signed up for it in 2020, and of course, as we know, like shit hit the fan in 2020, so like it ended up being canceled. Then in 2021, like all right, we're going to be coming back this year. It was supposed to be like in July, got pushed back to September, then it getting canceled for 2021. We finally got back into it. Like so, my second one was actually in 2022, and I did like all 4 days, like Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and Sunday. So like the one-on-one like for the whole day on Thursday, the conference on Friday, the competition on Saturday, plus the award ceremony on Sunday and everything. So that's why I've been doing. Second one was in 2022, then 2023, 24, and then last year in 25. So this is basically going to be my sixth one. Now things kind of are taken like a sideways, have gone sideways, because like apparently like it got jerked around with like the hotel that we were going to be going to, and went through. They gave Jeff like three different event coordinators, and like a price kept getting bumped up and everything. So he finally decided to call an audible and like change it up, because like to kind of like make sure that we don't get like reamed financially up the yin yang, or up the ass for screw up on their part. So this year he had to kind of like scale it back, and like there's a lot less of us that are going, and it's only going to be like a 2 days, like a Thursday and Friday, but we're pretty much going to be getting like a one-on-one for both those days and everything. So like which is going to be kind of cool. So now I'm going to say, having been going for like years now, you're going to want to go like not only to learn, like I said, like traditionally like the one-on-one on Thursdays, getting the conference on Fridays. And hey, look, you can also you don't have to, but you get to compete on Saturdays, and you get the awards ceremony on Sundays. So you get the education on Thursday and Friday. You get the community through like the whole like meeting the people that are actually into like the Athlean X and everything. So you get to meet like they're high quality people that are in there. So you pretty much are going to start surrounding yourself with high quality people that are getting after it and everything. So that's another reason why you want to go. Is like okay, you got your training, you got your education, your training, your nutrition. You got you're surrounding yourself with like an awesome community, and like you get to, in a sense, like with all that, like up your game. So that way you get to like after getting into all these programs through Athlete X, you get to like in essence meet the people behind all the programs. You get to meet the people that are actually backing them, and you get to meet like people like me and friends that I have there that you will become friends with, and like you'll vice versa, you and them will become friends. So it's pretty much like a win-win situation for like all around. So like when this video does come out, I will have already been there, and so like I said, I'm kind of pre-recording this before I go down. But it's kind of like, hey, look, you want to go and set yourself up for next year. So like, how you would go about doing that, like I mentioned, like for the next year, if you're brand new to training, do the 2-0 programs, the elastics, and then you can get into AX1, and you have like a good foundation. If you have if you have and or are in training right now, I could say maybe like jump right into like the AX1 program, so you can kind of get the concepts, like, okay, and like how they approaches. So you in that essence, you do like the, I would say, the AX1 and the AX2 program, so you have like a 6-month foundation, and then you can kind of branch off from there. Like you can ask yourself, well, do I want to do the NX2 programs, see how those work out, or do I want to jump into maybe some more of the advanced programs, like Old School Iron or Monster Maker or like All American Muscle, and get myself ready for next year? Because it's going to, you might be like, oh man, I'm going to be spending like hundreds, if not thousands of dollars to go down there for like the ticket for the MVP plus the hotel, and like, okay, I'm going to have to worry about travel expenses and stuff like that. Don't look at it as an expense. Look at it as an investment. You're investing in like your education, and like okay, in your training and in your nutrition. You're investing in your community by surrounding yourself with like the top notch people that are in the community. So don't necessarily look at it as expense. Look at it as like an investment. So that's why I pretty much go back pretty much every year, and that's pretty much why you want to get involved with the programs. And the great thing about the programs is like nutrition plans plugged in, so you can easy to follow, easy with like you can substitute things in and out, and like okay, I'm bulking, I'm cutting. So you got your training, nutrition, and all set for the next year. You get into like the Athlean X Live event and everything, then you're going to become a part of probably one of, if not the best community that's out there. So this is all about the Athlean X Live event and why you want to get into it.